Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So we've got the Ten of Wands to start us off. Now, I think this has been a theme for the last few readings for you, where there is this energy that you have, this ambition, this confidence, this enthusiasm. And this really is our volume knob turned all the way up to 10. Okay, this is setting the stove to high, the highest temp, right, as high as it will go. So I feel like you've been putting in a lot of effort into something. And I'm almost getting this feeling like maybe we're getting kind of close, not there yet, but getting kind of close to slowing down, right? To feeling the impact of all of this high level of concentration. Now, it might not be physical activity, but it certainly is spiritual activity, creative activity, mental, emotional, if not also physical. Okay, I think you've been kind of pedal to the metal here for a little while. Let's put that into some context. Let's see what's going on with that. The Ten of Wands usually is that card that says we might need to dial it down a little bit. Right? But for some reason I feel like I can't say that to you, or I don't need to say that to you. I've got a Four of Cups here. I feel like maybe we're speedboating into open, tranquil, calm waters. So it could be that you really do need to have pedal to the metal right now, because where you're headed is going to be like a nice kind of oasis, right? So I think that's why I'm feeling like I don't need to tell you to slow down. You need to go full speed ahead. Where you're going is comfort, safety, security, good feelings, a lot of support. It's open and calm waters here. Okay, and that's a nice destination. I don't think it's your final destination, but it certainly is a good point for us to rest for the night. Here we have that Hermit energy. And the Empress energy, look at that, very nice. The Ace of Cups, beautiful, beautiful, and a Six of Cups, really nice, secure, safe, healing, emotional energy. So I don't know what you are speeding away from. Sometimes the Empress energy can give us like kind of the vibe of, you know, a mother or a maternal type of energy. Could be an older sibling. It could be, it could even be like an older coworker or something, or a boss or a supervisor. But it could be mom, grandma, right? Older sister. It's not even gender specific. It could really be anybody that kind of has this, well, the maternal energy, but kind of has like almost a controlling energy. It's kind of what I'm feeling. It's almost as if they want the best for you as long as it's what they say is the best for you. Does that make sense to you? Let's finish up the rest of our cards here. The Devil energy. The Prince of Pentacles. Let's see if we're going to get more Earth energy. Yeah. One more Earth card? No, more Water card. Very nice. I feel like you are speeding away from something that is... And this might not be a person, okay? I don't want to say that this is like your mom or your mom-in-law or something. But this is any kind of energy that is trying to tell you that your best life is over here, is what this is. And even if it's not coming from your heart, if this is someone else or some other force in your life that is trying to tell you what is the best for you. And I know you don't really put up with that. Okay, so I feel like we're kind of speeding away from this Empress energy. And by the looks of it, you're kind of creating your own, right? And so let's do the mystery card. Let's select the bonus card, confirmation card. This is going to be a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We are just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right on top of that card. We're starting a new energetic cycle today, so we're going to request Mr. Tao to be the guardian of the mystery card, and we're not going to look at that card till the end. But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. We're going to do it together, interactive, as a group exercise in intuition. All right. You're here, might as well put you to work. All right. The Empress energy to me could also be this idea that you have been in this kind of maternal, motherly, taking care of everybody energy. And that's what we're getting away from. Okay, there's a couple of ways that we could look at the Empress energy. Sometimes the Empress can be that siren that has lured us to the island and makes us feel like this is the best thing that we've ever had, right? But it's kind of like something's got us under its spell. And it could just be a lifestyle, could be a habit, could be a relationship, could just be, you know, the circumstances that you're in. Okay. But whatever this represents for you, I feel like you're speeding away from it now. Yeah. And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, don't slow down yet, because you're coming upon a nice, I don't know if it's like a lagoon or like a marina, where everything's safe and stable and secure, and this is a really good place to be. Okay. From here, you have more work to do, more journey ahead of you, but this is kind of step one, is to get away from that situation and get yourself to what you consider to be a stable place, a safe place. Not that there's any kind of physical danger, but I feel like this is where you feel comfortable, right? This is where you kind of feel like you've gotten away from that, what feels like negative energy to me. And you're ready to kind of sort things out and figure what your next move is going to be. All right. And that, I think, is why we've got this Hermit energy. Now, I am getting a J name. I don't know if there's a J associated with this Empress energy or with your name, first or last initial. But the Hermit is down here beneath the surface. This is now someone that I kind of almost feel like you've escaped something. You've gotten away from this situation, and maybe you're taking a temporary vacation even. Maybe you're running away from this situation because you need a break from all of this. I don't know, maybe you work in healthcare, right? Maybe it's become overwhelming how much you are giving your energy to this thing, this other environment, okay? It could be coming by way of an older female energy, a maternal kind of energy. It could be that you are in that position of being a caregiver to someone or to a group of people, maybe as a profession, maybe it's a family member, okay? I'm not getting really much else in terms of like family members. Do you have a brother? I feel like there's a brother or something, or someone about your age that might be involved here too. And it maybe, I don't know if the two of you are like taking turns with something. If it's, you work in shifts or something like that. I kind of feel that energy here. But back to the Hermit. The Hermit is taking a break. The Hermit is searching within for that guiding light, trying to find the star. Okay, I think that's kind of the name of the game, really, is who's got the star? Where's the star card? Maybe the mystery card will be that star card. Because I feel like we're searching for some kind of answers. What to do next? Do I go back? Do I go forward? Do I stay here? I personally would love to live on a boat or a houseboat or something, but I feel like it's a temporary place for you. And I wonder if you have, there's a special place where you kind of like to go to get away. And I don't know if it's you kind of like hide from people. I almost feel like a kid who like finds a little door underneath the stairs to go hide, every once in a while. But I kind of feel like you have a place like that of your own. Somewhere where you like to go, where no one really bothers you. Maybe there's no cell reception. Maybe you turn the phone off, right? And you're able to just kind of be with yourself and connect with yourself, connect with the nature, with your environment, And I think that's what you're looking for now. And that's why we're kind of speedboating away from this situation, going to your happy place, right? And I think from here, we're getting a better assessment of what we want. Is this Empress energy situation what you really want? Is there something else going on? Are you starting to kind of question the situation that you're in? See, we do have another 4. And anytime we have a 4 of something, it lets me know that we're in a situation now that really needs to change, that this is something that is not going to stay the same forever. And what it feels like with we've got earth, we've got water, it feels like you're in a situation that you're only going to be able to tolerate for so long. Eventually, things are going to change. Eventually, the way you feel about this situation is going to continue to change. I feel like you're already feeling it. And there's a reason why now we're trying to put some distance between this thing, right? So that we can figure out what the change is that needs to happen before the change is kind of happens like without us. You know what I mean? Before it's like out of our control. Before things just kind of pop off and we're not like responsible for the situation, you know. So if we look up here, we have the Ace of Cups up here, and the Ace, 1 + 4, gives us the 5. The 5 is the change, right? So I think that you're really looking for this Ace of Cups. You're trying to find this guiding light, this kind of spiritual impulse, this certainty or this guidance that is telling you how this 4 should be changing. If we ignore it, if we ignore this feeling or this urge or this whatever it is, then I think the 10 of Wands will overwhelm us and we will burn ourselves out in this place that we're in with that Empress energy. So we bring the Ace of Cups into the situation to kind of ask the question, how do I feel about this? Because obviously something's not working where you are right now. Where am I going? What do I want from here? What is my next move? Yeah. So we're putting this Ace right here on this 5, or the 4, to create the 5. And the 5 is movement. The 5 is about change. The 5 is now that we have realized that our feelings have changed about something, and now we're doing something about it. We're not just trying to resist the change, ignore the change, and stay where we are, and force ourselves into this little box, right? And this little box. We are now saying, yeah, my feelings have changed about this situation. And, you know, you've got to follow that feeling. Yeah. So I feel like the Hermit is really searching for the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is, well, maybe not certainty, but it certainly is an impulse and a direction and an idea and a feeling, a kind of a strong feeling of which way to go from here. You've speedboated away. I don't know how to say that. You've sped away from this situation and you're in this stable 4 of Cups. And now we can really think, okay, something's not right here. What do I feel? And where am I going to go next? Right? So we combine these two, we do a little math, and we've got our 5 of Cups, and we make a move, right? And what we're being led to, of course, is the 6. If we look at this card, the 4 of Cups is kind of, you know, we could say it's either the storm is on the horizon or we've just escaped the storm. We've gotten to a minimum safe distance away from that storm. Okay, but it could change directions. What if we drift back to the storm? We know we can't stay here at the periphery of the storm, right? We're at the minimum safe distance here. So what we want to do then is figure out which direction to go from here. And then, of course, we get our 6 of Cups, which now is a lot more harmony in our lives. Now it really is this feeling like we're in kind of a blessed place now. And this is the nice kind of destination. Yeah. And the storm is not even, we can't even see it on the radar anymore. Right? The storm is gone, the waters are nice, it's a sunny day, right? It's beautiful out here. But we need to go through this process of figuring out what it is that we want. What is the 6 of Cups to you? It's tranquility, it's harmony, it's beauty, it's pleasure, it is connection. It's a sense of almost like a sense of community, right? And what it really is is the doubling of the Three of Cups, which we have, incidentally, at the end of the path of the serpent. We've got the Three of Cups. So you understand what kind of experiences, what kind of feelings you want to create in your life. The threes are all about understanding the process of creation, the process of change on the emotional plane. You understand how all this works, and if you do it, then we get our Six of Cups. We get that really happy life, right? But we have to know, this is us really knowing what kind of experiences, peak experiences, right? What kind of environment we want to exist in, and then we travel there, we get that, we assemble that in our lives. We find the counterpart, we find the match in the external world. It's the three within me and the three within you, and we're connecting, right? And that's the sense of community and togetherness. But, it doesn't have to be family and that sort of thing. It usually is. But this is you connecting with those things in your life that you truly want. Yeah. Which you have done the work to understand. Okay. Let's move over to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Okay? Devil energy. First. This realization, this kind of taking a time out and figuring out what you really, really want, usually provides a bit of a surge of energy. Gives you a nice burst of creativity, a nice burst of confidence, of energy, of power, right? The devil energy here is you ready to go after. It's the hunger, really, for that good life. Yeah, for the good life. And this is what you're building. This is what you're going toward. Now, it could be that you're still in this situation with this Empress energy. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning your responsibilities. Doesn't mean that you're abandoning your family, your friends, or your work, or whatever it is. But it means that you now have that, you've rediscovered that light, that Ace of Cups, that Holy Grail, and you know what you want out of life, and so you know how to build that. Whether you're in the same environment or a completely new environment. I don't see a lot of cards that talk about like travel or big kind of changes of location. What I kind of see is the location you're in now becoming a much better experience for you. Like, it's almost like where you are is very, very good. It just needs to be a little bit better. You need to add your own flavors into it, right? And so we've got a Prince of Pentacles here in the position of the environment. Do you have like a stack of books or something that you have? I feel like you buy a lot of books, but like you haven't even like cracked the spine on any of them. Like they're still kind of sitting there. Maybe still with the receipt in between the pages, like you haven't started reading them. But I feel like you know what you want, but you just haven't opened the book and started consuming that stuff yet, right? And it kind of feels like that's a little bit of this, is that there's an awareness that we want, that we have this craving for knowledge, wisdom, experience, love, connection, peak experiences, divine energy, blessings. And we have the means to do it, but the books are still there. We haven't opened them yet. We haven't had the time. We haven't, whatever other responsibilities got in the way. The Prince of Pentacles is someone who is committed to building upon the foundations of life that you already have established. So your current career, current job, your family, your situation, whatever. Let's build on that. It's not about starting over. It's about building upon what we already have. And this is the commitment to doing that. Okay, so we need the vessel, we need the cup if we're going to have the water in the cup. Okay, so yeah, we buy the books, but then we have to read the books too. It's not enough to just build the vessel. We have to fill it with something. Yeah. And so it's interesting that we have these earth energies here. And of course, the Hermit is some earth energy. And even the Empress is kind of this, the more Mother Earth energy, but still has that kind of grounded energy to it. And then we've got a lot of water. It's mostly earth and water that we see here. So I feel like this really is about constructing our life, building our life up in such a way that it has the most meaning, the most connection, the most richness, right? The most spiritual energy, the most good vibes, right? The most good vibes. And the Ten of Wands maybe is saying that we haven't felt like the vibes have been all that great where we are right now. Well, maybe that's why we need to take a time out, right? Speedboat away for a day or two to figure out what we want and how we can build upon this life to make it the life we absolutely want, right? So the next card there, well, we've got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, the Four of Pentacles is that foundation. And from this foundation, we build. So even if we take the Ace of Cups and put it on this four, we get a five. We get a Five of Pentacles. And this is kind of showing that things are moving around in the environment. Maybe you have to make some changes. I'm not saying start over. We have to build upon the foundations we already have. We need some movement. We need some construction going on here, right? And interestingly, if we take that ace, if we take the Ace of Cups and we subtract it from either of the four, we get the three. And like I said, the threes are all about understanding the process. So it's kind of like we understand that if we have this Ace of Cups, this Holy Grail, this knowledge of self, this divine energy, this blessing, depending on how we use it, we're either just stuck in that phase where we have the books but we're not reading them, or we can add this to what we have. And yeah, it might cause a little bit of disruption, right? The construction workers have to come on. It's going to be loud. They're going to be banging on stuff, sawing wood and all this kind of thing. But we're building something better, right? So we either leave things in the potential phase or we prepare for a little bit of disruption in order to build this best life. Yeah. So we're ending with the Three of Cups, and I think that's very interesting because it all comes down to the choice of whether we want to endure the fives, right? The 4 plus the 1 or the 4 plus the 1 here. If we can endure the disruption of our life, we can have something totally amazing. But this is that choice. Is it better to just stay kind of where we are, or do we speak up? Do we stand up for ourselves and say things need to change? It's not about starting over. It's about taking what we have and improving on it, making it better. Yeah. And the Three of Cups is kind of saying, you know the potential here. You know what it's going to take. You know it's going to be hard work. Are we willing to do it? Well, let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Let's see what Mr. Tao has for us today. I think some fire energy would be good. Maybe like an Ace of Wands. Otherwise, I think what we really need, maybe not the fire energy. Maybe we need a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles or of Cups. We're all in the water and earth energy here. We might as well stick with it. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Well, it's an Ace of Pentacles, sure. Yeah, this is really nice because look, we can add that Ace to that 4 of Pentacles, just like we've got this Ace to add to that 4 of Cups. So you're understanding what you want and how to go about getting it, and you're willing to kind of disrupt things. It's going to be a bit of a challenging experience emotionally, and it's going to be a lot of work physically too. It's going to actually take some movement of things in the material world, right? Creating more space, rearranging the furniture, that sort of thing, right? So it's going to take not only emotional effort, but physical effort too. Something has to be done. We can't just say, well, now I feel differently, but the behavior stays the same. No, we feel differently. The behavior has to correspond. It has to harmonize, right? 6. So that's good. This is really the perfect confirmation card. And I think this is telling me that you are ready to change the behavior so it's more in line with your soul desires, with your spiritual quest. Yeah. I really like this very, very much. We're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around. Click on the link that is up here in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, but I'm here every day. Come on back. See me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.